Potion Permit is definitely a contender for my favorite fall vibes indie game of 2022. It brings a new flavor to that life sim, slice of life library without it being just another farming game. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thank you so much for joining. My name is Kat, and if you like casual games and comfy vibes, please consider sticking around and checking out my other videos. Maybe even subscribing. We'd absolutely love to have you here. The first time I played Potion Permit was about a year or so ago when the game was still in alpha, so one of the main things I was looking forward to when playing it this time was looking for the improvements that they've made and also any changes along the way now that we're in full release. Apart from a few frame ups that happened while I was exploring the general world, it did run well overall on the Nintendo Switch, which is the version that I'll be playing for this overview. It's also available for Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation once the game releases on September 22nd. You all know I'm going to touch on character customization quickly before jumping into anything else, and this game does give you enough combinations to create your cute little pixel character. It's also easy to change your hairstyle, eyes, and clothes once you gain access to the tailor shop later on. Potion Permit is about a skilled alchemist from the capital moving into the little cozy town of Moonbury with a cute doggo sidekick, and yes, you can pet the dog. The game starts off with your arrival into town and meeting your very first patient. The townsfolk are a bit wary of you at first because they're used to their own ways and medical practices with a witch doctor. They also had a terrible experience with someone from the capital in the past, so suffice to say they're very distrusting of you upon your arrival. But the mayor of Moonbury was desperate for help as his daughter couldn't be healed by their town doctor anymore. Enter your character. Brilliant, skilled, talented, knowledgeable in the art of alchemy, and you've successfully helped the mayor's daughter. After helping the mayor's daughter, though with a lot of hesitation, a few realize that maybe you should stay in town to help treat anyone in need, and even use your potions for other important uses like saving some natural fauna or giving someone temporary super strength to help with their job. As for the rest of it, well, I'll leave it up to you to explore. So begins your new life in Moonbury. The main gameplay revolves around your work as an alchemist. You're moved into a cute little home equipped with everything you need to run a clinic and do your research to become even more impressive at your job. You can also decorate your room eventually with better furniture and decor, but you start off with some less than shabby options. Whenever anyone falls ill, they come to your little clinic and you diagnose them via these mini-games. Once you know what their sickness is, you must create the right potion for their treatment by foraging for different ingredients in the nearby woods and brewing these potions in your home. The brewing potions part is pretty fun because it's like a Tetris-like puzzle where each potion gives you a shape which you then have to fill using the different ingredients you forage. Each ingredient has an assigned element and puzzle piece shape, so depending on the potion you may only be able to use certain types of ingredients, and there is a maximum amount of how much you may use as well. This means you have to actually think about what to put in and how you put it in instead of just like an autofill recipe in other games, or just putting random pieces and hoping for the best. After creating the potion successfully, you can then use this to treat your patients in the clinic so they may recover. Doing so will help earn everyone's trust, and eventually you can work toward befriending them and learning more about the different characters that live in town. As the story progresses, you encounter new illnesses that may need a potion that is harder to brew with more complicated puzzles and also limited ingredients that you may use. I really appreciate that about this game since you are brewing potions constantly, and I feel like if it only took a couple button presses to finish up the potions, then the gameplay could quickly feel rather repetitive and stale. Since different potions may require different ingredients, you'll find yourself often coming back in the woods to forage, battling monsters for monster parts, chopping trees, and mining rocks. The wood and stone are also needed for various upgrades like your tools, your home, and even increasing your health bar to aid you in your future adventures. So you'll surely find yourself going back for resources frequently. Some monsters do give you a harder time, but again, just like the puzzles, I think this helps keep the game challenging enough for me so I don't get bored of it easily if everything were just so simple. Eventually, as you impress the town and medical association some more, you'll be able to unlock more parts of the map with different resources and monsters, and also progress the main story. Besides working as the new town doctor, you may also take on different requests from the townsfolk, ranging from fetch quests to helping them around town, dealing with monsters, and more, which will reward you with money and help with your reputation. You can even take on part-time jobs for some easy cash if you'd like, in form of more mini games. And once you get your post box, you can also sell any extra potions you make, so you do have quite a good number of ways to earn money. And speaking of mini games, there's even a cute little arcade in town that lets you play some more. The townsfolk of Moonbury, though, they do make it a point to make you feel unwelcomed when you first arrive, quickly warm up to you when they hear of you helping the mayor's daughter. Each daily discussion will help gain their trust, and you'll eventually learn about their gift-giving traditions of moon cloves, which they love. At first, their unwillingness to get to know you was a little off-putting for me, but I realized that I actually liked how they started off the game this way. We're so used to these life sims just plopping us into a random town, and everyone's just so friendly and eager to get to know you and help you. Sunshines and rainbows, which isn't a bad thing, don't get me wrong, but when you eventually learn why the people of Moonbury were so closed off, it's not because they just want to be rude for no reason, but there's actually a deeper reason why they don't particularly trust people from the capital, and alchemists specifically. I think this got me more invested in getting to know the townspeople and each character's individual stories. I wanted to find out why they didn't want our character there when we were so eager to help, instead of just thinking that they'll be there anyway whenever we need, and have the relationship building part of the game as an afterthought, unless it's a character that I chose to woo, or there's some sort of in-game incentive to build friendships with the townspeople. I admit I don't really spend the most time on building relationships with other characters in these life sims. I mostly focus on the farming or adventure portion of the game. They all so far have well-written backstories, in my opinion, that matches how they talk and interact with you and other townsfolk. Some happy, some sad, some even a little mad, but it really makes you want to get to know them all naturally. The game helps you keep track of different cutscenes you'll encounter as well by posting it as news on the bulletin board, which I thought was a nice little touch instead of guessing when it'll happen. All in all, I really do appreciate this change of pace that we're getting in Potion Permit amidst the 101 farming sims that are popping up everywhere these days. Not that I'm complaining, I love my farming and life sims, as you guys well know, but I really like how this game stands out from the rest in that way. It gives us the different tasks with a different focus on alchemy, and mixing in the puzzles and mini games help keep gameplay that could otherwise have felt too repetitive fresh enough throughout. The story keeps me curious and wanting to learn more about Moonbury. Its characters, like I said, are ones you really grow to love and root for. Despite the rocky start, the difficulty is balanced, giving you simpler parts to warm up to and slowly working up to a bit more of a challenge in other areas, but overall still nothing too tough to take it out of my casual, relaxing games roster. Let me know below if you're trying out Potion Permit, and if you are, I'd love to hear what you think about the game or what other games you'd like to see me do an overview of. Don't forget to like this video if you like this video and to let me know you would like to see more. Thank you so much for watching as always. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time.